I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked, none waived. I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked herein, none waived. Okay, we about to get into some deep ass shit here. Okay, this is about to be nasty, and this is going to be important to everybody. This is going to be nasty, and this is going to be important for everyone. This is going to be important for everyone because the information that I'm about to reveal affects all of you, can affect all of you, and you wouldn't even know what hit you. Okay? Now, getting right into it, the first thing I want to say is you see the title of this video. We're going to be talking about PayPal, and we're going to be talking about YouTube, but primarily we're going to be talking about PayPal and YouTube and other issues, okay, as it relates to theft. All right. Now, for all of you who have been following our video, you know my brother was killed in Phoenix, March 4th, 2021. Before he was killed, we had been telling the federal government that that's what they was trying to do. We was filing lawsuits in court. We went all the way. We went through this. We went through the Southern District Court in Columbus, Ohio. We went to the Sixth Circuit Court. Then from the Sixth Circuit, we went to the Supreme Court. When we did the writ of certiorari to go to the United States Supreme Court to get them to hear the case, the opposing side, which was Kim Brown and them, Kim Brown and Magistrate Brian K. Elliott, they were the defendants. And what ended up happening is they didn't file a response to our writ of certiorari. It went unresponded, in the United States Supreme Court essentially still said that they don't want to review the case, that they wasn't reviewing the case. Okay, so justice wasn't had. Okay, so justice wasn't had. So after that, we filed a RICO lawsuit because it was a little bit more complex, involving a lot more people, because they had got all these people together to do all this mess. And so eventually we didn't get justice, and eventually the defendants on our RICO case sent one of their employees to set my brother up to be killed, and then for them to go through his assets and steal. So PayPal was caught today. They was caught hiding the account. They was hiding an account with substantial financial assets in it, and they tried to say that the account didn't exist. But my brother and I, we always knew that it's a possibility that one of us could get killed. And so we set traps, and we set things up a certain way to where when people think that they're going to come to eat and ravage through assets and do all of that, it was going to be like a landmine was going to go off. And today the landmine went off. It did. I got PayPal on recorded telephone call saying that, oh, we're going to make a note in here for nobody to give you any information off this account. And they know that the court appointed me as the executor, so they have an obligation to turn over everything associated with the decedent, turn it over to me so I could properly inventory it with the court. What these motherfuckers done went on and did was these motherfuckers done went on, got with my attorney, and basically had him block me And he was working for them the whole time. His name is Ryan Hodges, and he works at Jackson White Law Firm. He did not do what he was supposed to do for me. We haven't been back to court. Like, I kept begging and begging and begging and asking him to do it. He didn't accept no money from me for his services after I busted his ass hiding assets with these people that's holding my brother's assets, and who have been, going through his assets and hiding them, and things like that. But PayPal, I was on the phone with them, and it was so funny because they gave me an account that was supposed to be the account that belonged to him, but I knew they faked the account. They gave me a fake account, and they just stuffed some money in it. And they gave me a fake account. It didn't have no transaction history on that account. It didn't have none of that on there. So I knew that they faked it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to let them bury themselves a little bit deeper. You know how when you go fishing, Moses was a fisherman. And he taught me, because I wasn't as good as a fisherman as him. Because he used to always go with our granddad, Moses. And Moses taught me that, Mark, you got to let the fish swallow the bait. Let them, when they wait till they hit it, and when they hit it and you feel them swallow it, yank it. So I remembered that. And so with these banks that was playing around, Ally Bank, PayPal, and YouTube, and US Bank, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for them. Okay. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, the stuff that jumped off today with PayPal, they were caught hiding this account. So the lady told me, well, I'm gonna put a note on there and tell all the representatives that we can't give you no information about this account because it's not yours. When they have the court order and they have the legal documents, which requires them to turn over that stuff over to me so I could properly title it and ledger it with the court. What they went on ahead and did is they got with my attorney, and they got their little outside team, and they're working outside of the courts and doing everything to keep me out of the court. Maricopa County, the county as a whole, for what Allison Backus did to me, what Judge Michael Gordon did to me, what Judge Patricia Norris did to me, what Judge Kylie Daniel did to me, what Judge Theodore Campagnolo did to me. And now with this situation, the county is liable for all the damages under Respondent Superior. Okay, under Monell, because they've adopted their own customs and they're doing what they want to do. It has nothing to do with the law. It's outside of the law. They stole and they kept these accounts away from me. My brother died 4 years ago. He was killed 4 years ago. And all throughout this time, they have been keeping his YouTube revenue. YouTube haven't turned over access to his accounts. YouTube haven't turned over his ad revenue. YouTube hasn't did any of that. Okay. And these people, they're not used to dealing directly with the executor. They're used to dealing with the attorneys, because the attorney's going to play the game with them, and they're going to allow them to, pay them and just tell you some bullshit. But you can't do that to me. You can't fuck with me like that. We was watching you the whole time because we already knew what was up. So this is what happened. I have a domain name through GoDaddy. I'm not going to say what that domain name is. I'm going to save that for court, because at this point, these entities is liable for damages. So we want more than the money that they have that belongs to Moses. We want them to be liable for damages as well, because they all connected in this grand conspiracy to kill him and to take his assets. Now, I've been seeing a lot of YouTube people, TikTok people coming up dead, and this is a hustle. This is somebody's hustle. Somebody is screening these families, okay? And they're going through there and they're seeing who got this and who got that. And they're killing these people. They're killing these people. And the family is going to get an attorney. They already know that the attorney, you have to get an attorney if the person didn't have a will. You have to get an attorney if they did have a will, because it's automatically in the jurisdiction of the court wherever the person died at. Maricopa County knew that. The state of Arizona knew that. So the state of Arizona and Maricopa County, they liable for damages, and they are all a part of this. Their judges was all a part of this. The federal judge was all a part of this. They was all a part of this. This is why Judge Diane Humatewa, that's why she kicked our RICO suit back to Ohio. She kicked it to Ohio. We was residents of Phoenix, Arizona, and we should have been allowed to have our case in Phoenix, Arizona. She didn't want to deal with it. She kicked it back to Ohio, and they finger fucked it with Judge Algernon Marbley, and now he about to get his karma. It's coming. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the story. I had this domain name, and I got a notification that it got renewed. And when I got that notification that that domain name got renewed, it was one of the domains that Moses bought, that we had him buy for me and automatically connected to his PayPal account. So when we did that, and GoDaddy, I talked to them because they are the registrar of that domain. They said, oh yeah, we charged $98 on on March 8th, 2023. And they said automatically renew out of the PayPal account. And they gave the PayPal agreement number and all of that. So when I was like, wait a minute, they were supposed to turn over this account to me, and this account that they turned over to me was supposed to be the account, but I knew it wasn't because there's no history on it. So I wasn't trying to argue with them because they had already paid off Ryan Hodges. They had already was in bed with him, and even his people in his office. One of the ladies that was in his office, I talked to her, and she was like, he's supposed to be helping you. He's supposed to be making them show up to court and show assets. He's supposed to be helping you. And because she was talking to me for a while and stuff. And because I told her, I was inexperienced with this stuff at that time, but I got hella experience now. And so he had already flaked on me. So he wasn't really trying to work for me and do the right thing for me. His job was to keep me out of the court, keep me away from the court, and keep delaying me while they was continuing to steal and hide this account. But anyway, the $98 that they charged on the account, he confirmed. The PayPal representative confirmed that it was done on that date, and he didn't realize that he was busted. And then they tried to tell me, oh, that account went to a collection. So they didn't know I had the man from that collections company on three-way, just sitting there listening to all this fraud and listening to their lies. And I told him, I said, you could go ahead and chime in. And he chimed in, and he was like, we don't have no account here by that name. We don't have no account here under that social security number. And I said, see, PayPal, I told y'all, I caught y'all, and we got everything we need. So at this point, it's not even about y'all, the money that y'all hiding in this account and that y'all was secret in this account. Now, you liable for playing in my motherfucking face. Okay, so since you wanted to play in my face, and since you thought that you was gonna kill my brother and just take all his money because he died in the jurisdiction of Arizona, and all y'all got together and did this shit, and all y'all got together and did this, so guess what? Y'all better get y'all motherfucking affairs in order. You better get your affairs in order because we coming after you. And this message is for Pam Bondi, Cash Patel, and Donald Trump. I like what y'all doing. I like what y'all doing with these drug busts. And I like what y'all doing with, being strong and steadfast. But I want to address something with you guys. What are we going to do, and what are you going to do about these murders and about people being killed for their assets by this cabal? Okay, what are you going to do about them using regular doctors and doctors to make misdiagnoses, to kill people for their assets? When are we going to have the hospitals to stop asking people, do they have a living will? Because if you have a living will, it's automatically jurisdiction of that state or where you at. That's unacceptable. The hospitals need to stop asking people, do they have a living will? Because with that information, that could be the determining factor if they decide to kill you. if these crooks want them to kill you in that hospital, okay? Do you got to live in will? Oh yeah, he didn't make it. Yeah, that's what they be doing, because it automatically give the lawyers of that town jurisdiction over that person's assets. They need to stop doing that fucking shit. Okay, and nobody is the wiser. People just put that on their hospital registration and answer that question. That's a hospital visit can be the beginning of the end for many different reasons. Because a lot of times these doctors are controlled by these cabals, and they're gonna do what they're told. They're gonna do what they're told. They're gonna do what they're told, and then they're gonna come in and play it off to you like it was this or it was that, and they bring people there, some people there to meet their death and go after all their assets and stuff, and that's why the families be in probate court. So what are you gonna do about that? What are you gonna do about these people that's YouTube famous, that's TikTok famous, that's Instagram famous, and that are on a list to be murdered to get their assets stolen? Okay, because that attorney that they will get wherever they die, those attorneys are already standing back waiting. So what are we going to do about this? This is a cancer running through this country, this society. It is a kleptocracy, because these people is making more money stealing than they is working. They don't got to work hard, and they use their job position as just to be a gatekeeper, like these judges. I told these motherfuckers, we gonna break your shit down. Y'all brought this shit to the wrong family. Y'all, let me tell you up close. Y'all brought this shit to the wrong motherfuckers. Because we gonna fuck you up along with everybody that try to help you. We gonna ruin your name. We gonna tell people what you did. We gonna tell what you fucking did, Ryan Hodges. We gonna fucking tell what you did, PayPal. We gonna tell what you fucking did, Allison Backus. We gonna tell what you fucking did, Sherry Zendry, at the Arizona motherfucking lottery. We gonna tell what you fucking did. These are criminals, and this is a big empire, and guess what? It's coming down. It's coming down. Lights the fuck out. Lights the fuck out. Now. And they horrified. PayPal is horrified. US Bank is horrified. Judge Kim Brown is horrified, because we coming for that ass. And I want to know, Pam Bondi and Donald Trump and Cash Patel, what we gonna do about this? This is a cancer. Nobody is safe. Everybody that's working hard and that's going to work every day and that's building and that's aspiring to be something, that's working very hard on their business idea or this idea or that idea, if we don't get something done about this problem, ain't none of y'all money safe, because these people consist of people that's here and out of the country, like they've been doing with these lotteries. This is a sick ass cancer running through this country, and you might be on the chopping block next for your assets. So that is why, if you follow me on Facebook and if you've been following our community posts, you see where I said I made a list. Okay, I made a list of things to avoid generational curses, because generational curses are created by cabals. And they followed the family for many, many years through many, many generations. Okay? And they continue to follow the family, and they set shit up. They send people in. They choose spouses. They do all of that. Anybody that you got a contract with, it don't matter what kind of contract it is. It could be a basketball contract. It don't matter what kind it is. They could take that motherfucking contract, and they could go through those people and make your life a living fucking hell, like they do these motherfucking rap artists. That's what they do. You happy about getting all these endorsement deals and shit? You got all these long ass contracts going on with people. That ain't cool. That ain't cool, because you could get controlled through that, and you could be led to do things that you wouldn't have normally done, and be, basically it's a game of pimps and hoes. And so all these people that's out here that's aspiring to be big, and that's doing the hard work and showing up every day, these cabal people was looking at them like, oh yeah, those is my hoes. We gonna cash that one in this year. We cashing that one in. We gonna get them 6 more years to grow. Then we gonna kill them. Oh, those ones. Oh yeah, they gonna die in 3 years. Like they got this shit. They got this shit pre-planned like that. So if you don't learn how to do your own estate planning, don't put no money more than $25,000 in your personal name. Don't put no cars in your personal name. Okay, don't put nothing in your personal name. Put it in the C corp. Put it under a C corp. Don't put nothing in your personal name. Put it under a trust. Put it under a trust because the trust is set in stone. So if you die anywhere, your wishes still get upheld in that trust. If you got a will or don't have a will, your assets is the state's assets pretty much. That's how they look at it, and they finger fuck it until they get almost every little nook and cranny of it. But they met they match. Ooh, yeah, it's a cold world, bitch, and we the oven. And it's on broil. Oh, we ain't done yet. We ain't done. We ain't done. We ain't done. I got something else to say. So, speaking about these thefts from people, these banks, okay, these banks be in on it. They be in on it. And these companies, anywhere where assets can be held, whether it's Patreon, whether it's YouTube, whether it's the bank, they go through all these places and take control and come in through the back door and backdoor everything. Okay. I got a little short story I want to tell y'all about. I want to talk about Shawn H Force. Okay. Shawn H Force. He is going through some court stuff right now. We talked about him, the Navy veteran, on the last video. And you know, me and my team, we were able to investigate his situation, and you know, he thought he was just going through a custody battle, but come to find out, this same people who stealing this money, they actually killed his dad, and they actually stole millions and millions and millions of dollars out of an account, and they tried to ruin his family before he could get any justice and keep him busy with this custody battle while they're trying to steal the rest of the millions that's left. Okay, this is Shawn H. Force, and his dad's name is Edward Force. Edward Force. And Edward Force is also a Navy veteran like Shawn H. Force. And what they did was they went through Mr. Force's accounts at Fidelity, and they finger fucked through all of the millions and millions and millions of dollars. Took some out of here, took some out of there, took some out of there. And the crazy part is they actually showed up to his funeral and was having a hee-haw moment and celebrating, basically celebrating their trophy kill. Okay? And then so now they got the son going through all of this shit and got him busy with all of this shit because he's the one that got time. He's the one that got enough free time because he's a retired vet on retired disabled vet. And he threatens their existence before that they could find out. He threatens their existence of what they did. So they knew that they had to basically kill him and make his life a living hell. They tried to kill him. They prescribed him they gave him some fucking medicine from the VA, which was supposed to kill him like they did my dad. They gave my dad some medicine from the VA that was supposed to kill him. I flushed all that shit down the toilet. And I took care of my dad, and he was healthy and everything. And people were saying, why he so healthy? I thought he had cancer. And the whole fucking shit was a lie. It was a staged death because they needed to move him out the way before they move Moses out the way, before they execute that plan. So his mother is in danger. His mother is in danger because she's the person in charge of the assets, but they've been controlling her, putting shit in her head and doing all this. So this shit met full circle, and these same people was doing this shit. The courts knew about it. We told everything that Kim Brown was making threats. This is all members of the same cabal that did each other's bidding and thought that they would be invisible and untouchable. And when I try to speak about it, or when anybody try to speak about it, they try to say, oh, you crazy, you a conspiracy theorist. But look how the landscape has changed in this country. Look how everything that's going on right now is consistent with every single thing that I said in all these videos. It's pretty much, this is pretty much exposing all of that. Okay, so there's no wiggling out. There's nothing to say. We need people in jail, Pam Bondi, Cash Patel. We need these motherfuckers to go get picked up, and we need these companies. We're gonna need to bleed them. We're gonna need to bleed them accordingly. Since y'all tried to steal from my brother and y'all tried to do that, now y'all want to play in the y'all want to play in my brother's cookie jar. Now I'm about to play in y'all cookie jar. I'm gonna play in y'all cookie jar. And I like my cookies soft and moist. Okay. We coming for that ass. We coming for that ass. This shit gonna be stopped. Yeah. Don't put no cars in y'all name. Put all that shit in a trust or a S corp or C corp. That type of thing. Don't put no shit in no LLC either, because they can identify you with who you are and find out, okay, well, let's gang stalk this person, because they go through all of the paperwork and see who's who, and they start fucking with them until they pick off all the people, and then they come in for the money, and then they celebrate like, oh, we gonna do this forever. Oh, this is so easy. Oh, free money, free money. This is where it stopped, bitch. We not done yet. We not done. We are not done. This on the left is Edward Force. This is Shawn Force's father. He adopted him when he was a newborn baby from Korea. The little boy in this picture is Shawn's son. And this is important because Shawn here is fighting for his son that he hasn't seen in 4 years, because these people that steal this money, has kept him away from his child, because they have used their resources with the court to keep him away from this child. They didn't give this child his last name. He signed the birth certificate and everything. They still didn't give the child his last name, and they're trying to keep this child away from him. He haven't seen this child in 4 years, and a lot of it is because this cabal is running through here like a Tomb Raider. And basically, Edward Force here on the left, his adoptive father, had millions and millions and millions of dollars that Shawn didn't know about. Okay, so when his dad was going through all of this hospital stuff at Brazeau West in Arizona, he was going through all of this stuff that wasn't making any sense to Shawn. It didn't make any sense. And now he was able to see that there's at least, to his knowledge, there's at least $3 million missing out of his father's account. His father has several accounts at Fidelity, and these Fidelity people was at the funeral. And this is why I told y'all better stop putting money in y'all name. Don't put no money in your name. Put it in a trust. Don't put it in a will. And don't be walking around here without a will. If you got assets, you better put it in a trust, because if you don't, these people who think they're invisible, they probably already got their eyes on your asset. They try to destroy this family right here. They tried to destroy this family like they tried to destroy me and my brother's family. They tried to do that. They tried to destroy him. This man ain't seen his son in 4 years. And then this man over here on the left, Edward Force, is gone because they made it look like he had cancer and they killed him. They basically euthanized him and then went into his bank accounts and stole and ravaged through his money and created all of these scenarios in Shawn's life to where he can't have a proper relationship with his mother like they did me, to where he can't have a proper relationship with his brother and his brother's children's like they did me, because they want to divide and conquer and come in and take assets. They don't want the little boy to have the last name, because the little boy would be an heir to this to his grandfather's multi-million-dollar fortune. Okay, so what we gonna do, Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and Donald Trump? We got to do something about this, man, because all of these people, we talking about making America great again, but America can't be great, you know. And I like the Make America Great Again movement, but America cannot be made great again with these rogue judges gatekeeping these courts, violating due process, doing what they want to do, like they doing Shawn H. Force in the Wood County Court in Wisconsin, in Judge Gebhardt's court. They said, oh, no, you don't pay, you ain't having no hearing. He put in for emergency hearing, due process, just all shitted on. Like, these people is sick that's gatekeeping all these positions and shit. These people done tried to tear this man's family up. And they pretty much did. They pretty much tore up the family. Shawn ain't seen the son in 4 years. The son don't got his last name. The son is missing school, complaining about stepdads touching on them and everything, and talking about they got secrets and all of this stuff. And the authorities up there is not doing nothing because the mother is a state teacher. She's a fellow cabal member, so she's in bed with all of them. Okay, so they protecting her. Okay, from what we seen. So, you know, there it is. That's that. So this case mirrors me and my brother case in so many ways, because his money, he was killed and his money was stolen, and then his life is being Shawn H. Force's life is being made a living hell. It's being made a living hell because his mother wanted to put him on the accounts. His mother wanted to put him on the accounts, and the people at Fidelity talked her out of it. And when they talked her out of it, then he began continuing going through this stuff, and they made sure that they made the relationship unsafe. So we need all this to be looked into. Basically, we need something done about all of this week. We need something done about all of this week. So we could start making America great again by cleaning this shit up, because this is some nasty shit, because this affects all of y'all. These people that's doing this, they're picking people to do this to, and they're just going through and just taking money. Okay? We out of here. All constitutional rights invoked, none waived. Okay, people, this is Mr. Ryan K. Hodges, a probate attorney at Jackson White Law Firm in Mesa, Arizona. Now, let's get deeper into this plot a little bit. Now, because they killed my brother in the county of Maricopa, all the attorneys, any attorney that I would go to, the cabal would be able to call up that attorney and control. You see, pretty much. So what they did was they called him up, okay, and they had him gatekeeping the whole situation, and they had him not going after the people who was holding the assets. Okay, I kept telling him, we need to get this stuff reported to the court, and we need the stuff on the court's inventory, and they're not turning it in to me. You should be producing a show cause hearing to let them people come in, or a subpoena to them, or a subpoena to let them come in and explain why they're not turning the assets over to the executor. Now, when I was trying to get my brother's death certificate, Patricia LaMagna and them all down at the courts was giving me a weird hard time. In my civil case, I went through 3 judges on that case, because these people have got in bed with these county officials and these court officials and these bar associations and all this shit. And they have put together a backdoor system outside of the lawful system to steal assets. Okay, so we're going to be taking legal malpractice action against this attorney. Either that, or just he can be a defendant in RICO, because that's a violation of a predicate act under RICO. That's consistent. He's helping the enterprise, so now he's liable to me. Okay, he's liable to me, and I already emailed him and already told him that we taking an action against him and his firm, and everybody gonna know what y'all doing. Everybody gonna know what you did to me. I hired him years ago. And like, what was that? What, 3 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago? I hired him, and he been on this case the whole time and didn't do nothing. We went to court in front of Judge Jeanette Coral one time, and he kept me out of the courts. And then he said, oh, well, you don't have to pay me anything, because I owed him a few $1,000s. And he said, you don't have to pay me anything, because he didn't want to deal. He didn't want to deal with me anymore. He didn't want to deal with the situation because he was caught. He was caught. Okay. So now everything has came out, and all these people that's tied to all this shit that happened to my brother, we have to get all of these people in one venue. Kim Brown, Magistrate Brian K. Elliott, Shochan Liu, motherfucking Algernon Marbley, Rosemary Welch, Darcy Schaefer, Julie Schaefer, Maureen O'Connor, Allison Backus, Patricia Norris, Michael Gordon, Sherry Zendry. We need all of these people to be brought into one venue, and all of these counties, they need to come and answer for this, because guess what? You motherfuckers is liable under federal law of Monell for adopting customs under respondent superior. So you counties, y'all motherfuckers better hold hands, because we coming. Now, YouTube, it's your fucking turn. Y'all getting all that ad revenue for my brother's shit. You ain't turning it over. You're secreting it. And you're not turning it over like you were supposed to years ago. You motherfuckers is next. And you've been censoring my channel. And you've been doing all of this shit. And all these YouTube people been coming up dead. So we gonna have to look and see who's in charge of their assets. And we gonna have to dig this whole thing through and through. You see what the fuck y'all did? You see what the fuck y'all did? Y'all let this shit go on all this long. And now we done captured y'all whole enterprise. And we gonna break that motherfucker down. And that's on period, bitch. And that's on period, bitch.
They don't mean you no good. They coming in to destroy, to tear down, to take, and make you suffer. And they gonna sit back while they eating their steak, sipping their wine, talking about their finances, they projects. Oh, wow. Watching you suffer. Oh, what's something they to put you through? Because that's what they like to do. That's what these people do. They like to make you suffer. And they sit around and watch. They like to do things to have you spend up all your money. You ain't got nothing. You existing with these people. You not living. They living. They have you existing. Because they won't allow you to live. Because they won't allow you to have what's necessary for you to live like you want to live. Once these people latch on to you, they don't let go. Hard to get rid of them. You get any money, all of a sudden it's gone. You save a little money, they find a way to steal it from you. Get it from you. They don't want you to have nothing. They want you just at a level to where you can exist, but not too much. When these people get hold to you, you better listen to me. I'm 54. I've been dealing with these people for a long time. I can tell you what they gonna do, what they gonna put you through, what they gonna take from you, what they gonna make you go through, what they gonna have you wondering about. What did you do? They're going to tarnish your reputation, your name, spread rumors. Once they label you something, you done. See, mine started with that employer, Warren Trumplet. They labeled me crazy. Convinced everybody I was tripping. Even years later, I got stuff going on that's unbelievable. But when I tell it, law enforcement think I'm paranoid. I'm tripping. You don't want to feed into my paranoia. I'm not paranoid. And you're not feeding into anything. But what you're not doing is listening to what the fuck I'm saying is going on. I ain't tripping. I ain't crazy. If I said something happened in my apartment, something happened in my apartment. Let me tell you one thing. This one, Nita, I live in Detroit. And you can take it from me because I know. I've lived it personally. I've been through it. I'm living through it. I'm living it now. I've been a survivor of it. And I'm still surviving it now. Let me tell you one thing. When these people get in your life, you gonna catch hell trying to have a life. You gonna catch hell trying to have or keep money. You gonna catch hell trying to maintain your place to stay. Even have a place to stay. Paying for your place to stay. When these people get in your goddamn life, your money get funny. The bills increase. The problems start. See, people went around convincing other people that I was crazy, I was tripping, I'm paranoid, talking about the things I was telling them. Because they sounded crazy, but it's really going on. Let me tell you something. When these people get in your life, you're going to be just like me. Sitting here suffering, wondering why. What's going on? Why they picked you? Why they doing this to you? What did you do? I must have did somebody wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. You don't have to do anything wrong. These people just latch on to you like fucking leeches. And they suck you dry. Till you feel you ain't got nothing else left to survive. And then they come back and suck that out. I'm telling you, you have to listen to me. I've been through it. These people that had me at my worst. You ain't been at your worst. You know what the worst in life? Living without being deceased. That's to go from having to have not. That's the worst in life. To go from having to now have not. You don't have anything now. Or you barely able to maintain the things you have. That's the worst living. The worst. Homeless. See, you learn to appreciate what you got more when you end up homeless. Spiritual realm now, whether they know that these are readings or not, they get the urge to go tell people stuff, and you probably fight with yourself like, I'm not going over there to say that. But something in you want to go over there and say something to people, and you just be knowing stuff and you don't know how you know this stuff. It might be weird, but that's your gift. So another angel is the power angels, and the power angels are bearers of consciousness. They are capable of possessing power of the divine plan. They enlighten the earth with great wisdom. So these may be people who are teachers. These may be people that are content creators. These may be people that are also out here, because these three angels that's in the second hierarchy, they mediums. So these mediums are always getting messages. They always being able to interpret or mediate. So these are always people that throw themselves in people's situation and help them. Do you understand what I mean by that? Like, you would see somebody that need help and you would just volunteer yourself into this person's life and you would start helping these people. And maybe people are mad at you, like, why do you always gotta go help these people? Why do you got to put your neck out there for people? Why you out? That ain't even none of your business. But it's something in you that make you want to go help people. It's called angel interventions. So the fact that you know it's an energy that live in you that want to go give a message to other people. You know that you conscious, you aware, and you the ancestor realm. So now the ancestor realm can see that other people are in distress. They can see other people are diseased. They can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.